So until you change the quality of your thought and get on lifeline, a new lifeline, a new channel, a new radio channel, a new frequency, you will continue to experience things of a similar nature. 5 laws of manifestation. You need to understand these laws if you really want to understand manifestation and how it can work for you to the best of your ability. Once you fully understand these laws, you'll have a greater awareness, a greater understanding of the mechanics of this universe that we live in and how you can align yourself with these laws to better utilize them to create your life. You see, when we just think of the law of attraction on its own and we don't really dive in and learn deeper wisdoms about these fundamental laws of the universe, sometimes it can lead to a distortion in how we perceive this reality. That we have to attract something and get something from us. So the very first law that you need to understand and integrate into your awareness is the law of vibration. Now, the law of vibration states that everything rests, or everything is in motion, nothing rests. Everything is in a constant state of vibration. Everything is energy vibrating at a specific frequency. We learn in school as we grow up, there's different rates of vibration that atoms resonate at, whether it's a solid, liquid, or gas. But it's still energy that's vibrating at a specific frequency. And how you can relate to this on a personal level is that when you walk into a room and you feel this, you immediately feel what the energy is like. You get this intuitive sense. You're like, I don't know, something doesn't feel quite right here. I'm gonna get out of here. It's kind of weird. Or you walk in there, like, wow, it feels so expansive and open and safe in here. It feels so good. What you are tuning into is the law of vibration. You're feeling the vibe. We use that word. Oh, I love your vibe. He's got a bad vibe. I don't like his vibe. That's tuning into the law of vibration, and this is fundamental for you to understand when you're tuning into what you want to create, because what you vibrate is what you manifest, and how you can tell what your vibration is how you are feeling. That's why in the self-development world, thinking positively without aligning our feelings with it doesn't actually create the result that we want. My mentor said that our feelings vibrate, I forget the number, it was like 500,000 times more powerful than a single thought. Or a single cell is 100,000 times more powerful than a single thought. Don't quote me on that, but it's a significant more. So if you're thinking, I'm happy, I'm positive, all this stuff, all these positive thoughts, but your feeling isn't matching those thoughts, the feeling is overriding. That is what you're drawing in. So you need to understand that you are an energetic being. Start to perceive yourself as an energetic being. This helped me so much more with my manifesting, because once I started to perceive myself as an energetic being that is emitting electromagnetic frequencies and has a vibration, has a frequency, it brought a much deeper understanding into my world of manifestation and what is actually occurring. This is not esoteric, ethereal, this is physics. Albert Einstein said, a problem cannot be solved from the same level of thinking that created it. Meaning, the thinking that created the problem cannot vibrate on the same frequency as a solution. You have to attune yourself to the solution. The second law of manifestation that you get to understand and learn about is the law of correspondence. The law of correspondence states that as above, so below. As within, so without. The micro is a reflection of the macro. Your cell is in the form of the universe. What you find in the super tiny, you also find in the great expanse of the cosmos. What is within is without. A great reflection of this, you can find this all over in nature. For example, when you look at a tree and you see the tree, and it's imagine you were to see the full tree, even the roots, and you were to like the dirt was transparent, and you're going to see the tree. The tree's roots go deep, 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 deep down, and the tree goes high in the sky. That is a reflection of the correspondence as below, as above. So, how this helps you understand manifestation is that what are you doing inside, on the inside? What is going on internally? Because whatever is going on internally is showing up externally. If you don't attune yourself to a new timeline, a new lifeline, through tuning into more positive thinkings and feelings and emotions, that it doesn't matter whatever you may perceive to be more positive. Once you get into that experience, it's going to be a similar level of dissatisfaction. Say you want to move into a new home, and you're currently stating all the time now you don't like your home, you hate your home, you're tired of all the things, you're complaining about all the negative circumstances about your home. You could move into, and if you're coming from that place, you could move into a brilliant, amazing, immaculate new home, a new luxurious home. This universe has no shortage of luxurious homes that has tons of problems similar to the quality of thought that you were putting out. So you could move into a new home that could appear to be a much bigger, much nicer home with the energy of complacency. And when you get into that home, things will be there presently that manifest your dissatisfaction. And that could show up like, oh, you got a leaky tap. You got walls crumbling. There's an odor. Something smells. There's mold. So until you change the quality of your thought and get on a new lifeline, a new channel, a new radio channel, a new frequency, you will continue to experience things of a similar nature. The third law of manifestation that you get to understand is the law of polarity. Now, the law of polarity states that there is opposites in all things. They're up and down, left and right, hot and cold, light and dark, love and hate, fear and courage, smart and stupid, sharp and dull. Polarity manifests on all things. Duality manifests in all things in this physical dimension. There is opposites on all things. Now, the interesting thing about polarity, and I actually just recently learned about this I recently learned about this in a book called The Kabbalion. It's a philosophy of Hermeticism, where they talk in depth a lot about these laws. And Egyptians were Hermeticists. The founding fathers of the United States were Hermetics. So these laws are fundamental to a lot of the evolution of our sciences in this world. But the law of polarity, the interesting thing that I learned recently was that anything that appears to be opposite is actually the same thing, just a different degree. It's on a different plane. So for example, you take hot and cold. You got, and stick with me here. I promise you it's important in creating your manifestation. So you got cold and you got hot. Hot, cold. At which point does cold become hot and hot become cold? You could have something that's extremely hot and reduce it by 1 degree. Relatively, it's going to be very hot to you still. But technically, you just made it colder. So hot and cold are on the same plane of polarity. They're just different degrees of the same plane. Same thing with sharp and dull. At which point does it become dull and dull become sharp? It's the same thing, just a different degree. And sharp can't become hot and cold can't become dull. They're on different planes. Now the Hermetics and the Kabbalion, they talk about how this principle of polarity also applies to our mental states. When we're feeling hate and love, they're actually on the same plane, just different degrees. Fear and courage are on the same plane, just different degrees. Now, this is important for understanding because as we begin to shift and change our vibration through force of will, through the power of will, what we get to do is start to focus on the polar opposites of what we want to experience. If we're experiencing something we don't want, what is the polarized opposite that we get to experience? The fourth law of manifestation that you want to understand is the law of rhythm. Now, the law of rhythm states that rhythm manifests on all planes, meaning there is an ebb and flow, a rising and a falling, an in and an out. The great pendulum, we've all seen a pendulum, right? There's a bunch of those little balls of mass, and you let go of one side, and it goes like this. There is a constant ebb and flow that manifests on all planes, from the great cosmos all the way down to the microorganisms. And this is agreed by science, guys. This isn't just some philosophy. This is a law. It's a fundamental fact of the existence of things. Now, the law of rhythm also applies to our consciousness. So if we're not being conscious of how we are thinking, how we are polarizing ourselves, how we are giving direction to consciousness and our thought energy and our emotion energy, and creating the direction we want to go in, then we will be influenced by the great pendulum of our energies. That's why sometimes your emotions can just seem all over the place and you don't feel like any control. One moment you're just in these highs of ecstasy and joy and love, and the next moment you're in the depths of despair, doubt, worry, fear, and you're like, and it's this constant, all over the place. Now, what's interesting, as you tune into the higher dimensions of our consciousness, you can override some of these laws. We can put ourselves on a plane where that law can't exist within our energies. And one of the ways this manifests is between the law of rhythm and the law of polarity. Now, rhythm may be neutralized by application of the art of polarization. Rhythm can be neutralized by applying the art of polarization. Meaning, when you feel yourself say you're going into a negative swing of hate, you can, by force of will, fix your attention on love. Whether that's love of self, love of your life, something that uplifts you, and inspiring, something you see, hear, or read that's inspiring. You can fix your attention by the power of your will and hold it there. And sufficiently polarize yourself. Directly injecting your consciousness in the middle of that swing, bypassing the law of rhythm, maintaining a high energetic field. And this allows you to manifest in greater ways because now you are more consistently on the polarized side of what you want. The fifth law that is fundamental for you to understand in manifestation is the law of cause and effect. Every effect has its cause, and every cause has an effect. What you put out is what you get back. Some other people call this karma. Karma is just the law of cause and effect, guys. What you put out is what you get back. And if you're living in giving, if you're focused on giving value, being of service, speaking out love and appreciation, speaking out abundance, your thoughts and your words and your emotions are going to come back to you like a boomerang. There is always a cause and effect for everything. And what happens when we start to be in control of our energy, we're in a sense switching it. We're like flip-flopping it. Because normally, what we do throughout our life, we go through our life, and something happens, aka a cause, and we feel the effect of it. When good things happen, we feel the effect of it and feel happy. When bad things happen, we feel the effect of it and we feel unhappy. We feel sad. We feel angry. So we are victims to circumstance. We're victims to our environment. We're victims to the external world. But when you can start to apply the law of cause and effect, you can actually switch it and you become the effect that produces a cause. I forget the exact, it's like transference, cause of, I'm not going to try to remember. It's not in my mind right now. But essentially what you can do is that you can start being the effect. So if you think about it, good things happen to you, you feel good. Okay. So if you were to be the effect first, you practice by force of will, polarization, focusing on what you want, holding it there, realizing you are a vibration, being in that energy, focus on feeling good, being the effect, and then the cause of good things will manifest in your reality. We're living in a mirror. This is an illusion. Your thoughts are powerful. Your emotions are powerful. And there are different things in this world that want your attention, that want your energy. Because the more energy that you give to those things, the more powerful it becomes. So for example, the media, the news. They want your attention focused on fear, anxiety, and worry. They don't care, because fear is one of the most powerful ways to manipulate people. So they don't care how they get your attention. All they care is that your attention is on it. Because the more you focus on those negative experiences, the more you focus on the media, the more you give them your energy, the bigger it becomes. In other words, the more money they make. The most powerful asset you have is time and attention. Your attention. Where are you giving the magical wand of your attention? Your attention is very, very valuable, and they know this. Why do you think there's a rise in social media? Why do you think they have casino experts who produce gambling machines that keep people in this cycle? The same people that create casinos and gambling and slot machines that attract your attention are the same people that is creating social media. Their intention is to hook your attention for as long as possible. That's why how the algorithms work, the more you watch something, the more it will show you of that. It's like, oh, it likes this, let's give it more of it. It wants your attention. It's like a vampire that wants to suck your energy. And the thing about this is that the more you give your energy to these pendulums, they're all pendulums swaying in a big way. The more you give your energy to it, the less you lose your energy and the more energy that thing has. It sucks your energy. So the first thing you get to do is ignore them. Not avoid them, not push against them, because what we resist, we persist. What we resist persists. So you're not trying to push against. You're not trying to fight it and change it. Oh, that's bad and wrong, so I need to get in there and change it and mix it up and break it. No, you just simply ignore it. Distract yourself from it. Place your attention elsewhere. There's a war on drugs. There's a war on disease. There's a war on all these different things. And they're only getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Why? Because the majority of people are placing their attention on it. What you give your focus to grows. What you give your attention and energy to grows. And it sucks the life energy out of you. So how you start to manifest better is bringing your energy back to yourself. Realizing you are a vibrational being. Understanding the laws of polarity and how you want to polarize yourself. Understanding that the law of rhythm is natural, so it's natural for you to go ebb and flow, but how you can polarize yourself and bypass that law. Understanding the law of cause and effect, of how things begin to, or what you put out is what you get back. And as you bring awareness back into your body, you bring awareness back into your own energies. You bring awareness back into your own purpose and your own love, your own gifts, your own messages, and what you want to share with the world, the more energy you get. How you know something is in alignment with what you love or what you do is that you'll have more energy when you're done than when you started. Sometimes when I'm working now, because I'm so in alignment with what I love I'm doing, I could work for 3 hours straight, be on a call for 3 hours straight, and have more energy when I'm done, when I get off, because it's what I love to do. But if you are in some type of situation or environment that isn't in alignment with what you want, and the more energy and attention you give to it, the less energy you'll have if it's not in alignment with your purpose or what you want to create. Because all it cares about is gaining adherence, gaining people who place their energy on it so it can become bigger. So you get to let go. Let go. Let go of the feelings of dissatisfaction or resentment. Because on a practical level, it may not be the easiest thing to do. It's easy to get into the energy of complacency or irritation and fight things. But it may be harder to focus on what we want and imagine the life we want and put our energy there. But on a practical level, it's completely unproductive and unnecessary to place our energy on that which irritates us and frustrates us. It does nothing for you. It actually takes from you. So begin to look for positive things in all moments. When something that you see, hear, and feel that brings you an inspiration of joy and love, what's your habit? What's your habit? When it uplifts you, do you just forget about it 5 minutes later and then go back into the energy of trying to figure things out and dissatisfaction? Or do you fix your attention on it and allow your thoughts to dwell in it and to lift your spirits? To lift your spirits into more joy. Think of it from every angle of how much it pleases you, how much satisfaction you get from it. Are you thankful and grateful for what you have? Are you feeling love for the things that you have? Placing you on a new timeline of the things that you enjoy, of things that brings you satisfaction, of things that bring you happiness. So that now you're on a timeline, a new lifeline of joy, happiness, and success. Now things are way easier. They're not as difficult. Because you're no longer fighting against your own energies. You're no longer fighting against the boomerang effect of your thoughts. Taking action against, oh, it's never going to work out. I'm going to take action. It's never going to work out. I'm going to take action. It's never going to work out. Resistance, resistance, resistance. Let go, let go, let go. Surrender into this moment. Relax and soften. Accept where you are. Not embrace something and try to avoid it, but accept. Accept that all things have the right to exist. And just witness it. Don't get involved with the drama. I mean, you can if you want. I'm just some random person in the camera yelling at you or preaching to you. But try it out. If you don't believe me, try it out and watch how fast your life transforms. I share this for you to share something, to apply something new in your life so you can achieve greater heights in your life. Whether that's emotional freedom, financial freedom, relational freedom, social freedom, career and purpose freedom, health freedom. This has created such a profound difference in my life. And I promise you that once you integrate just the fundamental, the basics of this. There's so much to go into this, but it's just the basics of creating a habit of looking for the positive and feeling the emotions of what you have and being grateful for what you have. Just that small change will drastically change your life. Drastically, drastically, drastically. I love you guys. Remember the law of vibration, the law of correspondence, the law of rhythm, polarity, and cause and effect. Understand these. Look them up. They're easily be researchable. Familiarize yourself with these, and you'll begin to realize the world that you're living in operates by law. There is no chance. There is no luck. You are the luck. You are the chance. You are a conscious creator. You are divinity. You are the creator yourself. And the greatest hope that you can ever have along your human experience is self-realization, realizing who you truly are as a divine being who is sovereign and a powerful creator that has the power to change the direction of where their life is headed. And all you gotta do is hop on a new lifeline. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.